Hi there, my name is Michael, and I'm a career coach from the free job interview training website megainterview.com, where you can find example answers to over 10,000 questions for absolutely free. In this job interview training tutorial, I will teach you exactly how to answer different types of interview questions about your weaknesses. It's important that you answer these questions in a specific type of way so that you do not hurt your chances of landing the job. So, if you have a job interview coming up soon for any role or company, please make sure you stay tuned because I promise to help you pass your interview. And to achieve this goal, this is what I will discuss during this tutorial. To help you ace your interview, I will discuss number one, a list of commonly asked job interview questions about weaknesses to prepare for. Number two, important tips for answering each of those interview questions correctly so you get the highest score possible. Number three, top scoring example answers to all the interview questions to help you stand out during your interview. And number four, I will tell you where you can find over 10,000 free interview questions and top scoring example answers. Now, just very quickly, if you are new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe so that we can help you and other candidates pass your interview on the first attempt. We can only help you if you support the channel, so please give the video a thumbs up because it motivates us to keep creating content for you. Thank you, and let's move on to the first question and what you should focus on in your answer. So, the first question about weaknesses I want you to prepare for is the commonly asked question: what is your greatest weakness? Here are two important tips that you should take into account, and after that, I will give you a high scoring example answer. Tip number one, highlight a genuine weakness that you are actively working on. However, ensure that you do not pick a weakness that is critical to the position you are applying for. This is very important. Choosing a weakness that is essential for the job could hurt your chances of landing the job, which is, of course, something you want to avoid. Tip number two is demonstrate how you are taking steps to improve your weakness and turning it into a strength. My top scoring answer to this interview question about your weaknesses is: what is your greatest weakness? One area where I've struggled in the past is public speaking. However, I recognized that effective communication skills are essential for success in my industry, and I was determined to improve. I took courses and joined Toastmasters, where I practiced and received feedback. Additionally, I sought out opportunities to speak in front of an audience, such as leading team meetings and presenting to clients. Over time, I noticed a significant improvement in my confidence and my ability to engage and persuade my audience. In fact, I recently received positive feedback from a client who was impressed with my presentation skills. While public speaking is still an area I'm working on, I'm proud of the progress I've made, and I'm committed to continuing to develop this important skill. This is an excellent answer because it's specific and it shows your commitment to self improvement, which is an important quality in any job. By acknowledging your weakness and demonstrating a willingness to learn and grow, you show the interviewer that you're humble, proactive, and dedicated. The next question that can be asked in relation to your weaknesses that we will discuss is: what are some areas where you need improvement? Here are two tips. Tip number one, provide a specific example of an area where you need improvement rather than being vague. Again, avoid mentioning specific areas that are essential to the job. Tip number two, emphasize your willingness and ability to learn and grow in this area. So here's another top scoring answer to help you. What are some areas where you need improvement? One area where I've identified a need for improvement is my ability to delegate tasks effectively. In the past, I've struggled to trust others to take on important tasks and have sometimes taken on too much work myself. However, I recognized that effective delegation is a key leadership skill and can help to ensure that tasks are completed efficiently and with high quality. To improve in this area, I'm taking steps to build stronger relationships with my team members, provide clear guidance and expectations, and actively monitor progress. I'm also seeking out mentorship and training opportunities to help me develop this skill further. I'm committed to continuously learning and growing as a leader, and I believe that addressing this weakness will help me to be more effective in my role. That's an excellent answer because it shows that you're self aware, proactive, and committed to improving your skills and abilities. Now, don't go anywhere because we have more questions and answers to discuss. But when you're ready, please head straight to megainterview.com where you can find more free job interview questions and answers, plus information about writing resumes and cover letters and career advancement tips. In other words, we have everything for you to succeed and land your dream job. Now, let's look at question number 3. Can you give me an example of a weakness that you have improved upon? Here are 2 tips to prepare for this interview question. Tip number 1: provide a genuine weakness that you've recognized in yourself, but one that is not critical to the job requirements. Tip number 2: highlight how you've taken steps to overcome this weakness, including any specific actions you have taken and the positive outcomes you've achieved. So, to help you ace this question, here's an example answer. Can you give me an example of a weakness that you have improved upon? Sure. One weakness that I recognized in myself was my time management skills. I used to struggle to prioritize tasks and often found myself working late in order to meet deadlines. To address this, I started using a project management tool to help me better organize my tasks and set realistic deadlines. I also began practicing better time management techniques, such as setting specific goals and breaking down larger tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. As a result of these efforts, I've been able to consistently meet my deadlines and have even been praised by my supervisor for my improved efficiency. While time management is still something I continue to work on, I'm proud of the progress I've made and I'm committed to further improving this skill. That's another fantastic answer that demonstrates that you're motivated, adaptable, and growth oriented. These are all desirable traits for any job. Question number 4 is: what feedback have you received in the past regarding your weaknesses? Here are 2 tips. Tip number 1: provide specific examples of feedback you've received in the past, including both positive and negative feedback. Tip number 2: emphasize how you have used this feedback to improve and grow professionally, highlighting any specific actions you've taken as a result. Let's have a look at an outstanding answer to this question. What feedback have you received in the past regarding your weaknesses? During my time in my previous role, I received both positive and negative feedback regarding my communication skills. On the positive side, I was praised for my ability to collaborate effectively with my team and build strong relationships with clients. However, I also received feedback that I sometimes lacked clarity in my communications and could benefit from being more concise in my messaging. To address this, I started practicing more active listening techniques, such as summarizing what I heard to ensure I understood the message correctly. I also began paying closer attention to the specific needs and expectations of my audience, tailoring my communication style accordingly. As a result, I noticed a significant improvement in my ability to communicate more clearly and effectively. While I still have room for improvement, I'm proud of the progress I have made and continue to seek out feedback as a tool for growth. That is another great answer because it shows your commitment to ongoing improvement and seeking out feedback as a tool for growth, which is a valuable asset to any team. Moving on to the next question on our list, which is: how do you handle constructive criticism about your weaknesses? Here are 2 tips. Tip number 1: Explain that you're open to feedback and willing to learn from your mistakes. And tip number two, highlight that you actively listen to the feedback and ask for clarification if necessary. Here's my top scoring response. How do you handle constructive criticism about your weaknesses? Constructive criticism is a valuable tool for personal and professional growth. Whenever I receive feedback about my weaknesses, I make sure to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to learn. I emphasize my gratitude for the feedback and ask for clarification if I need to better understand the issue at hand. For example, during a previous job, a colleague suggested that I could improve my time management skills. I took this feedback to heart and worked to develop a daily task list that helped me prioritize my workload and stay on track. As a result, I was able to complete my projects on time and with greater efficiency. Overall, I believe that constructive criticism is an opportunity for growth and improvement, and I'm always eager to learn from my mistakes and make positive changes. That is an excellent answer to this interview question because it shows your professional attitude towards receiving criticism. The next question is, how do you handle tasks or responsibilities that are outside of your comfort zone? Here are two tips. Tip number one, highlight your willingness to learn and adapt to new challenges. Describe how you've approached previous tasks outside of your comfort zone, such as breaking them down into manageable steps or seeking guidance from colleagues or mentors. Tip number two, emphasize the importance of taking ownership and accountability for your work, even when faced with unfamiliar tasks. Explain how you've taken initiative to research and develop the necessary skills or knowledge to complete a task to the best of your ability. Here's our response to help you. How do you handle tasks or responsibilities that are outside of your comfort zone? When I'm faced with tasks or responsibilities that are outside of my comfort zone, I lean on my strengths to approach them with confidence. For example, I am very detail oriented and enjoy analyzing complex data sets. When I was asked to analyze a large amount of customer feedback data to identify areas of improvement for our product, I was initially overwhelmed. However, I quickly realized that my strength in data analysis would be key to tackling the task. I created a detailed spreadsheet to organize the data and used statistical analysis to identify patterns and trends. By leveraging my strengths in this way, I was able to successfully complete the project and provide actionable insights for the product team. In addition to leveraging my strengths, I also recognize the importance of seeking out support when needed. For example, when I was tasked with managing a team for the first time, I reached out to my manager for guidance on leadership and management techniques. I also enrolled in a management training program to further develop my skills in this area. This is another confident answer that demonstrates that you're self aware and adaptable. Another common job interview question is, can you tell me about a time when you made a mistake and what you learned from it? Here are two tips. Tip number one, provide a brief overview of the mistake without dwelling on the details. And as discussed before, make sure that you don't pick a mistake that could hurt your chances of landing the job. Tip number two, highlight what you learned from the mistake and how you have implemented changes to prevent it from happening again. Here's our top scoring answer to this question. Can you tell me about a time when you made a mistake and what you learned from it? I once made a mistake while working on a marketing campaign for a client. I misinterpreted the client's target audience and created a campaign that was not well received. Although this mistake was initially frustrating, it ultimately taught me a valuable lesson about the importance of conducting thorough research and communicating effectively with clients. In order to prevent similar mistakes from happening in the future, I implemented a more rigorous research process for all campaigns. This includes conducting in depth interviews with clients to gain a better understanding of their goals and target audience. I also make sure to communicate regularly with clients throughout the campaign to ensure that our strategies are aligned with their goals. Ultimately, this mistake taught me the importance of attention to detail and effective communication in the marketing industry. I believe that this experience has made me a stronger marketer and a more effective communicator. That is a great answer that demonstrates that your ability to learn from mistakes and implement changes for the better. Next on our list is, how do you stay motivated when facing challenges or setbacks? Here are two tips. Tip number one, emphasize the importance of a positive mindset and reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth. Tip number two, describe specific strategies you use to maintain motivation, such as setting achievable goals or seeking support from others. Let's have a look at a strong answer to this question. How do you stay motivated when facing challenges or setbacks? When facing challenges or setbacks, I try to maintain a positive mindset and view them as opportunities for growth. I find that setting achievable goals and celebrating small victories along the way helps me stay motivated. For example, when I was working on a difficult project with a tight deadline, I broke the project down into smaller tasks and set achievable goals for each day. By doing this, I was able to make progress and feel a sense of accomplishment, which kept me motivated to continue working. In addition to setting goals, I also seek support from my colleagues and supervisor when facing challenges. Collaborating with others and receiving feedback helps me stay engaged and motivated in my work. Overall, I believe that maintaining a positive mindset, setting achievable goals, and seeking support from others are key strategies for staying motivated during challenges or setbacks. This is a great answer. It showcases your strengths and highlights your ability to persevere and succeed in the face of challenging situations. Let's move on to the next question, which is, how do you handle situations where you don't know the answer or don't have the necessary skills? Here are two tips. Tip number one, highlight the importance of asking questions to clarify the problem and gain a deeper understanding of the issue at hand. Tip number two, emphasize the value of seeking help and collaborating with team members who may have the expertise needed to tackle the answer. Let's have a look at another great answer. How do you handle situations where you don't know the answer or don't have the necessary skills? Whenever I come across a situation where I don't know the answer or don't have the necessary skills, my first step is to ask questions. I clarify the problem by seeking input from colleagues or managers and gathering as much information as possible to gain a deeper understanding of the issue. This often leads me to discover relevant resources and helps me identify the skills and knowledge I need to acquire to solve the problem. In addition, I reach out to team members who may have expertise in the area and seek their help in tackling the challenge. Collaborating with others allows me to leverage their skills and expertise and often results in more effective solutions than if I had tackled the problem alone. I believe that asking questions and seeking help are critical components of problem solving, and I'm not afraid to admit it when I need support to overcome a challenge. That is an excellent answer. It shows your ability to collaborate and seek input from others when faced with challenges. The final question on our list is, what methods do you use to continually improve your skills and stay up to date in your field? Here are two tips. Tip number one, provide specific examples of the methods you use to stay up to date in your field, such as attending industry conferences, networking with other professionals, or participating in training courses. Tip number two, highlight your passion for continuous learning and growth by discussing how you regularly seek out new challenges and opportunities to expand your knowledge and expertise. Here's our top scoring answer to assist you. What methods do you use to continually improve your skills and stay up to date in your field? As an avid learner, I'm constantly seeking out new opportunities to improve my skills and stay up to date in my field. One of the methods I use to do this is attending industry conferences. which not only allow me to learn from thought leaders and experts in my industry, but also provide valuable networking opportunities. Additionally, I'm a member of several professional organizations and regularly participate in online training courses to stay abreast of emerging trends and best practices. I am always on the lookout for new challenges and ways to expand my knowledge, and have recently taken on a leadership role in a cross functional team, which has provided me with valuable experience in project management and collaboration. Overall, my passion for continuous learning and growth drives me to seek out new opportunities and stay at the forefront of my field. That is a fantastic answer that demonstrates that you're not only focused on improving your technical skills, but also developing your soft skills, such as project management and collaboration. This example answer shows that you are a motivated and proactive leader. So, the next thing I want you to do is head straight to megainterview.com, and you can find more than 10,000 free job interview questions and answers for any job position you're looking for. You will also find more information about writing a resume and cover letter, but also job search advice and career advancement tips that will put you ahead of the competition. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button so that we can help you and other candidates pass their job interviews. And do not forget to like the video. By liking the video, you let us know that you like the interview questions and answers given, and it also motivates us to create more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best with passing your next job interview.